What if humanity is already running out of time, and we simply don't realize it yet? Not because of war, not because of climate change, not even because of artificial intelligence, but because the universe itself may have already made its decision. Look up at the night sky. Every star you see is older than everything we've ever known. Every point of light is a reminder of how small we are. And yet, we keep asking the same question. Are we alone? But what if that's the wrong question? What if the real question is, why is everyone else silent? The universe is vast beyond comprehension. There are over 2 trillion galaxies, each holding billions of stars, and potentially trillions of habitable worlds. By every logical calculation, life should be everywhere, and yet, there is nothing. No signals, no visitors, no confirmed signs of intelligence. This contradiction has a name, the Fermi paradox. If intelligent life is common, then why does the universe feel so empty? Some scientists believe the silence is not accidental. They believe it's intentional. Because in a universe where survival matters, being noticed can be fatal. Imagine the universe as a vast, dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter, moving quietly through the trees. No one calls out. No one reveals their position. Because the moment you do, you become a target. In this forest, survival depends on one rule: stay hidden, or be destroyed. This is known as the dark forest theory. It suggests that advanced civilizations don't announce themselves. They observe, they wait, and if they detect another civilization, they may choose to eliminate it, not out of cruelty, but out of caution. Because in the universe, you can never be sure of another species' intentions. And yet, humanity is doing the exact opposite. For over a century, we've been broadcasting our existence into space. Radio waves, radar signals, messages encoded with our location. We didn't whisper. We shouted. From a cosmic perspective, Earth is no longer hidden. We are a glowing signal in the dark. A message that says, we are here. But history shows us something terrifying. When advanced civilizations meet weaker ones, the result is almost never peaceful. The stronger one survives, the weaker one disappears, and history doesn't remember the weak. So we must ask ourselves something uncomfortable. What if the universe isn't empty, but watching? What if countless civilizations once asked the same questions we are asking now? And what if they made the same mistake? Because silence might not mean absence. It might mean survival. And if that's true, then humanity may have already made the loudest mistake in cosmic history. If we look back at human history, a disturbing pattern begins to emerge. Civilizations don't usually die from a single catastrophe. They collapse slowly, from the inside. The Roman Empire, the Mayans, ancient Mesopotamia, all powerful, all confident, all convinced they would last forever. And yet, they vanished. Not because of one enemy, but because their internal systems failed. Resources were overused, inequality grew, truth became flexible, and eventually, collapse became inevitable. What's terrifying is this: every advanced civilization believes it is different, smarter, more advanced, more prepared, and every civilization is wrong. We often believe technology will save us, but history tells a different story. Technology doesn't fix human nature, it amplifies it. Fire gave us warmth and war. The internet gave us knowledge and manipulation. Artificial intelligence gives us efficiency and dependency. Every technological leap increases power, but power without wisdom doesn't bring safety. It accelerates collapse. Civilizations don't fall because they lack tools. They fall because their tools outgrow their ethics. And right now, that gap has never been wider. There may be a moment every civilization reaches, a point of no return, a moment when systems become too complex to control, when decisions move faster than understanding, when no single group truly knows what's happening anymore. At that point, collapse isn't dramatic. It's silent. Infrastructure weakens, trust disappears, truth becomes optional, and by the time people realize something is wrong, The system has already failed. Not with an explosion, but with exhaustion. We like to believe we're different. We have science, data, global communications. But we also have something else. Fear on a global scale. Fear spreads faster than truth. Division travels faster than understanding. And when fear dominates, civilizations make their worst decisions. History doesn't repeat itself perfectly, but it often rhymes. The same mistakes, the same arrogance, the same belief that collapse only happens to others. So the real question isn't whether civilizations collapse. They almost always do. The real question is this: can a civilization become self-aware before it destroys itself? Because awareness may be the only difference between survival and extinction, and humanity is running out of time to find out. What if humanity still has a choice? Not a perfect one, not an easy one, but a narrow window barely visible. Throughout history, civilizations rarely recognized the moment before collapse, not because they were blind, but because collapse doesn't look like destruction at first. It looks like progress, more technology, more efficiency, more comfort, until one day, everything becomes too complex to control. The danger isn't a single event. It's the accumulation of small decisions, each one seeming harmless on its own. And by the time the consequences are visible, the path back no longer exists. This is how civilizations end. Quietly, gradually, and then suddenly. Human beings are not designed to think in cosmic time. Our minds evolved to survive days, not millennia. Threats that move slowly feel unreal. Invisible dangers feel harmless. That's why climate change, artificial intelligence, and societal collapse feel abstract until they're not. We react to fire. We ignore rising temperatures. We respond to enemies we can see. We dismiss threats without faces. This isn't stupidity. It's biology. And it may be the greatest limitation our species has ever faced. Maybe the true test of intelligence isn't how advanced a civilization becomes, but whether it can restrain itself, whether it can choose patience over power, wisdom over speed, long-term survival over short-term dominance. Perhaps the civilizations that survived the universe aren't the loudest or the strongest. Perhaps they are the quietest, the ones who learn when not to act, the ones who understand that not every door should be opened. If humanity truly stands at a crossroads, then this moment matters more than we realize. Every decision we make, about technology, about each other, about the future, shapes what comes next. We may never meet another intelligent species. We may never get a second chance. The universe doesn't warn us. It doesn't forgive mistakes. It only observes and waits. So here is the final question. Not for scientists, not for governments, but for every human being alive today. If the universe is watching, what kind of civilization are we becoming? One that consumes without thought? One that destroys without reflection? Or one that learns before it's too late? Because in the end, the future of humanity may not be decided by technology, but by the choices we make. When no one is watching, silence.